Alrighty. So today, guys, we're going to simplify your sales process. So look, one of the things that happens a lot in business and also in life is we make the simple a very complex system and we overthink it. And I see it happening a lot in the fitness industry at the moment. And look, this sales process has changed over the years. Like what we did to close sales 2 years ago is very different to what we do today to be able to close sales for fitness businesses so that you make the process as simple as possible. It saves you the maximum amount of time and obviously so that you grow your business. So guys, there's 6 steps that you really need to cover to have a really simple sales process. So the first thing, we've got lead generation, right? You might get leads from Facebook, from Google, organically, however it is, right? You need to make sure that you have a sales CRM. So the best system that we use is called ACR, right? What that system does, you can load all your leads in there, you track all your sales conversions, and it's going to automate most of the process for you. Which when I was like growing my gyms like many years ago, I used to pride myself on making like 100 calls a day, which no longer do you have to do. You don't have to be pounding the phones every single day, following up with people a ton and, just losing a ton of time, because there's new systems out there that make this easier, which is why most of our clients in our program use ACR. But I want you to make sure that you have a simple sales system. So the first thing, you have to have a sales CRM that tracks all the data, the name, the email, phone numbers, the offers, and things like that. Then once you've got the lead, where most people lose the time is following up with the leads with text messages, with emails, with phone calls, just to get them to come in for the consultation, whether you're selling over the phone or face to face. So what a system like ACR does is it'll text message and email your leads. Is a flow that we've made and customized and edited so we know that it works. So then that way, when you get a lead and you load it into your system with these texts and emails, you are going to get the consult to attend a face-to-face or phone consultation with you. Right. And of course, guys, like if you want to add in some manual phone calls on top of this just to touch base with people, you're more than welcome to, but you don't really have to either. What you can kind of do is after that 3 or 4 days, if they're not replying, you have a bit of time, you can follow up them with calls, but we want to try and wipe out those sales follow-up calls as much as we can for you. So then once a person's booked in, we're always going to use booking software to use, which ACR actually has internally. So what that means is when someone books in, they'll give you their name, their email, their phone number again. You'll get like their main goals, their pain points, what's important for them to reach their health and fitness goals. And also you get their budget. So that way you're only having consultations with people who are really price aware and have the right amount of money to join your program. There's also email reminders and text messages reminders so they actually attend a consult, which is a really big problem across all businesses, is getting consults booked and actually getting the people to attend. So we want to automate that process, right? You can automate it with videos and voicemails, right? To make sure that when someone books in that they actually attend a consult, so we get the opportunity to change their life, or we just sell them, right? Which is giving opportunity to change their life, right? Guys, then once you have that, so you've got this automated software, and I really want you to think differently to every fitness business owner, because using systems like ACR or other automated platforms, it's going to save you about 75% of the time that you're using at the moment to do all these follow-ups and things like that, which is an absolute nightmare. When you do a lot of follow-ups, right? And I was in the grind of like doing 100, I was really proud of it. But as soon as there's an option where you don't have to do that anymore, I'm going to take that every fucking day of the week to spend more time with my family, right? To spend more time on things that, make me happier than just following up people on sales calls, right? So then you have the consult attend, right? And that's where it's nice and simple, guys. All you have to create for this system is a nice, seamless process for a consultation, whether it's over the phone or face-to-face, where you take payment. Now, we give you guys scripts and stuff on this on the inner circle, but it's something that you really do have to refine in, because I never want you guys to lose sales. I don't want someone to come into your gym, attend a consult, and for whatever reason, you lose them. So this is where your objection handling and running really good scripts and a really good flow makes sure that you close the sales that actually pop in for a consultation. And as I said, guys, some people do it over the phone. Some people do their face-to-face. In my gyms, we always close face-to-face. It works really well for us. Some people will close over the phone as well, which is fine. As long as you're closing sales and making money, it doesn't really matter. There's definitely pros and cons of each, which I can cover in like a later podcast. But now you've got the payment, right? You've closed the person on a trial offer or maybe a full priced offer, right? You want to just make sure, guys, if you're using free trials, which we don't recommend to use too much, or a trial, say a 6-week challenge or a 28-day offer, that they've signed an ongoing debit. So what that means for our 28-day challenges, when we're running them, they paid $199 up front, and then their payments rolled into $65 a week for 24 weeks. So we told them that we're really transparent. They say, if you don't want to continue on after the 28 days, please let us know at any time, because we want to make sure that we control the sale and you don't just go down to the shops one day, see someone who is a member in your gym on a trial, and you think they disappeared off the face of the earth because they just stopped contacting you. But of course, guys, within this process, there's going to be follow-ups, right? You need to make sure that you get confirmation that they want to stay on. And in the ongoing trial, guys, you need to make sure that they become a part of your community. They get a really positive result, right? Both physical, mentally, emotionally, that they're feeling good about their fitness and they get into good healthy habits with their training. Right? You do that really well, you're going to close above 50% of your trials ongoing. And it's really a state of how much do you love and care for these people, and do they actually think they've come to the right facility to get them a result? If people are leaving, you're not covering one of those things, and it can be very easy to implement and to fix, right? But you need to just make sure that you've got your follow-ups and you've got a nice structure for what happens when trials start your facility. So then we've got them to that point, guys, where at that stage, they've signed up for a 24-week program or longer, where you just have to ignite your customer experience, which comes down to running world-class sessions, having the most amazing trainers in your facility, making sure you have the internal training so that they are great trainers, making sure you touch base with them minimum every fortnight so that you can help them achieve their goals, because that's why they came to you, and then having a combination of internal and external events to really spice up their training. Some internal ones are like internal 8-week challenges, or it can be like 21-day detoxes. External ones are like movie nights, Christmas in July, sandhill events, and things like that. And then you want to just make sure that you're making a really amazing family results driven community, because everyone in fitness wants results, right? So we need to make sure every part of our community is results driven. And then, guys, there's a couple of other systems you have to think about in simplifying your sales process, right? So the first one is to make sure that you follow up with the leads if they don't book in for a consult, which we call like running your wall plan, right? Makes that really, really easy, right? Where you send an offer to them every single month. And then you want to just make sure you do a weekly email to your whole entire database, covering a couple of tips, a transformation result, and an offer for people who didn't get started on the program for whatever reason. And then, guys, anyone who didn't do a trial and continued on, you want to make sure that they go into the marketing funnel so they get constantly marketed to, and you touch base with them, because you will have a personal relationship with them at that stage, because they did train in your facility for a certain period of time. So guys, I hope I made this video literally as simple as possible, because I wanted your sales process to be incredibly simple. I think people overcomplicate their sales process too much, and I hope this video has given you a very basic outline. Obviously, there's scripts and templates and texts and emails that need to go in, but at least now you have a very simple sales process where you can close your people who have inquired for interest into ongoing memberships in a 6-step flow. And you know a couple of tips and tricks on how to do that and how to be really effective with it. So guys, if you ever have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can send me a private message on social media, or reach out to me on Instagram. Jimmy_Pomponio is the best place to reach me. And if you ever want any resources or any tips and tricks based on, the things that you learned from this podcast or video, please make sure you reach out to me. I really love to answer all of your questions.